Peace and blessings, everyone. I want to come on here. I know you all and talk about. I know you all seen on the number 29 video called the backyard dog Boulevard. I was thinking about bringing that segment onto the channel. Now it's gonna be fixed up a little more different in the future in terms of the content, but in the near future. But I want to definitely, but that's one of the ideals that I'm definitely gonna bring to the channel. In the backyard, back when I really post, when I post a segment like that, it's basically gonna be consist of like talking about like difficult things, talk about like difficult things in life, talk about things that how can I put this? Really more so, it's kind of underworldly, like um, but it's gonna be talking about more so like difficult, like things that are more difficult, more complex. Talk about situations and talk about things that are more complex, such as like it's going to consist of many different things, including like with numerology and um when it come down to aspects, and it's gonna and then talking about things in terms of um yes, basically gonna be talking about those things, and you know how it play out, in the day to day life, especially in different events in terms of like romance and um friendships, family relationships. It's going to consist of many different things. It's going to consist of many different things. So that's one of the segments that I decided that I'm definitely gonna bring to the channel. It's called Welcome to Backyard Dog Boulevard. Because let me tell you how that relates to the number 29, where I talked about, because what I was talking about with the number 29 man, and it when you look at it, it's more so like, how can I put this? How can I put this? It's more so like, because see, the number 29 is more so like you battling for your own power, your own freedom and free will and stuff like that. So it's like, but see, it's through opposition. It's through opposition of others, though. That's the thing, or it's through opposing forces. So and it's like through that time, it's not easy. It's like you feel like you're under pressure. It will feel like you're under pressure as time goes along. When you go through trials like that, when you go through such trials and tribulations, it's like, because it's going to bring about a lot of things such as like conflict, anxiety, fears, and will cause you to fear and things of that nature. It's like, it more so like you're in quicksand, like you pull yourself in a, like you get pulled down by quicksand, but you had to force yourself to get out of it. You had to fight for to get out of it. If you get what I'm saying. And kind of go back to what I was talking about with that Saturn placement. Like what I was I mean, or like what I was talking about with Saturn and what it meant. And I always talk about Saturn represents iron, and iron sharpens iron. I was definitely talk about it. Something kind of like it's pretty much like that. Like iron sharpens iron. But see, like I said, well, I was talking about the 29, but see, it's due to opposing forces, or people that are at opposition, is what it is. And for whatever particular reason that is, that they can show up in different ways in terms of your own free will and your own personal power, your own free will, and or your own will or your freedom, or it can show up in other ways such as like custody battles, divorces, and what divorces could include. What that could include is such as like assets and fighting over assets and things of that nature. 29 deals with all of that. 29 deal with all that. Or even if you have gotten a scam and you trying to get your money back. Or identity theft. That's some identity theft can be another thing, can be up under the deal, can be dealt with, another thing to deal with up under number 29. Same thing, kind of like with romantic relationships. When a person is projecting, their idea image onto another person, and they don't get that result, and then but not realizing that that person, they're a different individual as well from them. The thing here is about getting to know the person. It's gonna be trials and tribulations. Same thing like when it comes down to relationships, like with arguments and stuff. The 29 represents that. 29 can represent that as well. But it's about the end of the day finding agreements, and then also coming understanding of each other, what they consider quote unquote dark sides, because no one isn't perfect. You know, that's why I was saying, it's like it feels, the reason why I was saying backyard dog boulevard is more so like you're in the backyard or you out in the street. It doesn't have to be a backyard, or you out in the street and you pretty much dealing with getting the cold world, like getting attacked and stuff like that. You may not know the reason behind it, but that's the reason behind everything. So that's why I'm bringing that segment to the channel.